Vetiver hedges have been used by farmers in the Gundalpet district of South India for perhaps hundreds of years. They have proven most effective in reducing soil losses, improving crop yield and groundwater, and providing fodder for livestock. The sugar industry has used the system since the beginning of the century. This farm in Natal, South Africa knew about Vetiver for 70 years, but never used it for soil conservation. Thanks to the Vetiver network, the farm is now fully conserved using Vetiver. This 15-month-old hedge in Malaysia is a superb example of the morphology of a good quality Vetiver hedge. Note the denseness and compaction. Vetiver hedges, if topped regularly, as in this scene, provide useful fodder for all classes of livestock. Vetiver hedges are used in many countries. In Zambia, in Malawi in association with maize and tea, in South Africa in association with sugar and bananas, in Zimbabwe with coffee, in China with rice and beans, in Queensland, Australia with sorghum and cotton, in Costa Rica with coffee, in Thailand with upland crops, and in Indonesia with vegetables. In Fiji, Vetiver has been used since the 1950s, and this scene shows how a natural terrace has been built up behind a Vetiver hedge. The face of the terrace riser is about 2 meters vertical height. Another scene from Fiji shows Vetiver protecting the foot of a field adjacent to a highly saline drainage area. The following scenes show the sequential protection of a very steep site, slopes up to 60% in Malaysia, that over a 70-week period was fully conserved using Vetiver, containerized planting material. Vetiver grass hedges are ideal for protecting deep cracking vertisols, as shown in Queensland and Madhya Pradesh, India. In Ethiopia, NGOs are introducing Vetiver hedges to small farmers. These scenes show the sequential growth and crops of a small mixed farming situation in the Ethiopian highlands at 2,000 meters altitude and a rainfall of 1,200 millimeters. Vetiver is an ideal protective system for much of Ethiopia and sub-Sahara Africa. In Thailand, there's good evidence that when Vetiver hedges are planted around individual fruit trees, there's an increased growth and yield due to better moisture conditions and possibly an improved nutrient situation. In Australia, this Vetiver hedge grown on the Darling Downs of Queensland appears to be having a minimal impact on the immediate row of sorghum. Vetiver hedges have the potential on these floodplains to allow a further 30% of the total land to be brought into production. In Central America, where legumes and maize are key crops, there's a huge potential of introducing Vetiver grass hedges into the system. On this steep slope in Costa Rica, an established Vetiver hedge is in harmony with the adjacent legume and allows that legume to better establish from whence it can grow back up the hill.